Hi everyone, Don Singletary, and welcome to the channel. The gamification of day trading. I get a lot of email every week, and more people are saying to me that they've, a few said they just stopped going to Las Vegas or Atlantic City because they could have just as much fun at home and actually make more money. Now that doesn't happen for everybody. This is not a get-rich-quick channel we're doing here, but it is a lot of fun, and the technology and the low-cost new products like the Micro Eminis, they're 1/10 size, so you can trade without it costing you hundreds and thousands of dollars just to be able to learn to trade. Today I'm going to be talking about some other things too, like pre-market trading. There are times before the market opens at 9:30 Eastern in the morning. I'm going to talk about 4 a.m. until just after 9 o'clock, right before the market opens. It's a time that's usually a lower volatility time. Now, lower volatility means you may not make as much money because the price swings are smaller, but it also means less risk. And when it's less risk and you're learning to trade, that can be a good thing. I'll talk about that, and I have some featured trade of the weeks to show you today, so stand by for those. Going to be featuring selling 2 of the S&P 500 Micro Eminis just before the market opens at about 9:08 a.m. on October 22nd, or Friday. Now, the European markets open at about 4 a.m. Eastern Time, and for the next couple of hours, the European continent comes online over there. And very often in that early morning hours, as you'll see here by the MACD and the price pattern, between 6 and 7 o'clock, there's a nice change upward in the price, and then it hovers for a while. And from 8 o'clock until the market opens at 9:30 on this particular morning, the trend, of course, is down. And the MACD shows some opportunity there for you can get in on some trades. Now, since it's pre-market, I don't worry about whether it's above or below the zero line on the MACD. Now, of course, each morning is unique. I'm just describing what happened on October 22nd. And nothing complicated really about this trade. We just have a downtrend at pre-market opening, and it's traveling from 8 o'clock. It looks like it will extend until the opening at 9:30. So I choose to short 2 of the S&P Micro Eminis at $5 a point each, or for $10 1 point. I make some adjustments on my screen here so that I can zoom in and get a close look at this trade, and we'll see what happens. I opened this trade with a bracket order, and for details on how to do that, if you're new to the channel, look for the bracket order link in the text below this video. I'm making more adjustments on the screen now. I want to see the 3 components of that bracket order. I'm short 2 contracts at 45.37 and a quarter, so I'm trading at $10 a point. The stop market order is 45.39, 1 3/4 points away. I'm risking $17.50 with that stop market in place up there, and the target is down there on the bottom at 45.26. You can put anything you want to for the target. The market simply doesn't care, but just fill in the blank with some price that you'd wish for, I guess. Market's currently trading at 45.36, so we're ahead by 1 1/4 points at $10 a point. That's $12.50. Now the time is 9:11. The market opens at 9:30, just a few minutes away. We've been in the trade for 2 minutes. I have every intention of being out of this trade before the market opens at 9:30. Now, the reason for that is because the volatility goes immediately high at 9:30. So I'm going to be out of this trade before that happens. Look at this. We're trading down to 45.34 and a half. So it's time to get out my Tastyworks click and drag mouse and move that stop down and lower my risk altogether. You can see I'm a slight bit hesitant here, trying to determine the price. We're only about 2 points away from where I ended the trade at, so that means we're up $20. And now the market's trading 45.35.75. So I decide to just leave the stop where it is, at least for the moment. Now, none of these trades with the day trading the Micro Eminis, very rarely will you get a set it and forget it trade. As you can see, you really have to stay right on top of things. And I know I've got to close out this trade in under 15 minutes, and so I'm watching this thing because I am not going to be in this trade at 9:30. And as I said, in a moment, I'll show you exactly why that is and what happened at 9:30 on this particular morning. Now, the market's trading back up to 45.36.50 right now. So we're only up $5 in the trade. We were up $20 a moment ago. And now it's time to bring my target up a little bit because I'm running out of time. And I don't know if I'll hit 45.32, but I moved the target up there. Became pretty evident 45.29 is probably out of the question. I wanted that target thing there, so if I need it really quickly, I can get the mouse and slide it up and maybe trap some kind of good price for a nice profit in this trade. We're trading 45.37 and a quarter, exactly where we entered the trade. One thing's nice about this pre-opening hours trading, that 4 a.m. up until the market opens at 9:30. You have this lower volatility, so you have a little more time to think about what you're doing, and the market can run away from you. And always remember, you must check and make sure that a government report like the jobs report on Friday morning or the unemployment on Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Time, those are regular things that can absolutely make the market go unexpectedly high volatility before it opens. So you have to know and check your news in the morning before you get into this trading area. Most of those things happen after 7 o'clock Eastern Time in the morning, very rarely before then. And I got my time machine fast forward 5 minutes to 9:19 now. I had moved the stop down to a $10 profit at 45.36 and 3/4, and I just moved it again down to 45.35 and a half. And we're trading 45.34.75, 45.35, getting very close to being stopped out here, I would guess. But at least we're going to make something on the trade now. There you go, stopped out right there. And sometimes you can make pretty good money on these pre-opening trades with that lower volatility and advantage. Sometimes, especially for beginners, because it's like trading in slow motion. Well, it wasn't this time. You know how it is in trading. You never say always and never. But it expands your possible trading time if you're open to it. And if you're an early riser, all the better. And remember that European market opens at about 4 a.m. and carries most of the trend for the next couple of hours after that. That's all Eastern time, of course. Well, you can read what the stats are. We made $17.50 in about 11 minutes, captured about 58% of the possible profit in this profit. That maximum unrealized gain, that's the maximum amount you're ahead during the trade, and the maximum drawdown is the maximum amount you get behind on the trade during the trade. Okay, now in case any of you are wondering what happened after I left the trade, remember I got out at 9:19, still 11 minutes before the opening, and I got out at 45.35 and a half. And my entry had been 45.37 and a quarter. Well, here's a chart right here. It's at 9:25, 5 minutes after I got out of the trade with a profit. The doggone thing is trading back up at 45.37. So if I waited 5 minutes later, I would have left with nothing, maybe even a small loss. But the story here is when you're in a time, even low volatility like this, and you don't really have a definite trend on the day to go in, it's always good during those times that meet that description to keep that stop really, really close. And that way you won't have wound up trading for nothing, because very often you'll see a $20 or $30 profit or something and give it all back up. And since we're not trading a deeper trend longer term during the day, that was a good strategy this time. Okay, a couple of minutes ago, before this trade started, I showed you portions of this chart. You see, the European market opens at about 4 a.m. on Eastern Time, and from 6 until about 7:30, the market went up. And it went up about 8 points. If you're trading two contracts, that's $80 during this time period right here. And then it went down for the next 7:30 to 9 o'clock. It went back down the $80 and a little bit more. And you can see right at 9:30 when the market opened, I told you I traded pre-market when the volatility was pretty low. And you can see immediately at 9:30 right here when the market opened, you got a move from 45.34 to 45.42. And that's about 8 points or $80 movement in 5 minutes. And the second 5 minutes, from 9:35 to 9:40, it moved up about another $50 if you're trading two of the S&P Micro Eminis. So that's the kind of volatility you can face at the opening. And when you're trading small and you're trying to contain your losses and learn things, trading at 9:30 for a beginner is like blindfolding yourself and walking across a busy interstate highway. It's just too risky for you to try that. So give the market, 15 to 30 minutes to settle down, or you can do one of these pre-market trades that we talked about today. To find out more about the broker that I use in all the videos here on the channel, go down to the Tastyworks link below, or the broker link, and you'll find information about some of the services they offer, and maybe even an account application down there. And take a look at the book on Amazon. It's free Prime shipping. It has all the things you need in there, all organized. It's like a flow chart. You can start with the terms and building blocks, and you add it slowly in the book. It's only 110 pages long. I wrote it specifically for this type of trading. It doesn't include all kinds of futures, or it would be about 4 inches thick. I've got 110 pages here to focus you in on the terms, the types of orders you'll use, what a futures contract is, how the margin deposit works for the trades, all those things in there, and all for about the price of a large pizza. And it's my hope that it will save you a lot of time, and more importantly, save you a lot of money and help you avoid some mistakes in this type of trading. It's great fun, but it is risky, and I hope you're using discretionary income for this type of thing. It's certainly too risky for your retirement account or a college fund. I'm Don Singletary. Thanks for being along today. I hope every day is a payday for you. Thank you.